So hello everyone. In this video, we will be trying to install the base variant of ALLWBOS. So first of all, you just need to click on New, give whatever name you want to give to your virtual machine. I'm giving ALLWBOS underscore base. Okay. In the machine folder, you can give any directory if you want to use, C directory if you want to use, D directory you can use it. In my case, I'm using uh, VM folder inside my D directory. Okay. In type you need to give Linux, and in the version you need to give Ubuntu 64-bit. Click on next. Now here you need to give the memory, the amount of memory which can be used by your virtual instance. So in this case I'm giving 4096, 4 gigabytes of RAM. Click on next, leave it as it is, click on create. You don't need to touch anything, VDI is enough. Just click on next. Make sure this is clicked on dynamically allocated. Okay, you don't need to change anything. Click on next. Now the amount of size you want to give to your virtual machine, so by default it is given 10 megabytes, sorry, 10 gigabytes. I like to give somewhere around 30 gigabytes. Click on create, and now it is being initialized. Okay, it is being configured, but some more configuration we need to do. Click on settings. Okay, on the top you can see ALLWBOS base settings. So click on advanced, click on bidirectional and bidirectional over here. In shared clipboard and drag and drop. In description and disk encryption, you don't need to touch anything. Now come to the system. You don't need to change the base memory. We have already provided it. In the processor, you need to give something, four logical cores. I would say I have a hexa-core processor, so it is having 12 logical CPUs. So I'm dedicating two physical CPUs over my virtual machine. Make sure you don't cross this green line. Okay, so I can give up to 6, but it is not recommended that you surpass this. Okay, you shouldn't surpass this. So I'm giving only 4 over here. It's okay, it's perfectly fine. Now come to the display. In the video memory, it is being given 16 megabytes. uh, you have to give 128 megabytes. We want to use as much as possible by the virtual machine. Okay, click on enable 3D acceleration. just just do it. Okay, and in the storage, nothing you have to do as of now, and other things are also okay. You don't need to change anything. Click on OK. So now our instance has been configured. Now on the right hand side of the start, this is just arrow, give it a normal start after clicking this. Okay. Now this kind of interface will be popped up. uh, Click on this browse and click on add image. Okay, so now we will be using ALLWBOS base 0.1 ISO. Okay, click on choose, and this kind of interface you will be having. It will be saying that ALLWBOS base version 1.28 gigabytes. Click on start. Now this kind of menu it will appear. Now you don't have to go into boot into the live system. Here we want to install the very fresh instance of our operating system. We want to give the new username, new password. We want to configure everything from scratch. Okay, so just click on boot system installer. That's the second option. Okay, it will be booted up few seconds. Okay, so this kind of interface will pop up at very first. So the full name, whatever is your name, you can give. I'm just saying Kumar. Okay, the username I want to give, the username I would like to give over here is Aditya08. In your case it could be anything, it's totally up to you. Now the password, make sure you give a password what you can remember. So I'm just going with Aditya08 only, the same as my username. It will be easier for me to remember. Same with the I'm doing in the root password also. Aditya08, Aditya08. So once you have given your password, now you should be giving the host name to the system. So just give it as ALLWBOS base. Okay, click on next, and now the partition settings will pop up. Now what you need to do is just select this thing, and there will be two options, this refresh and delete. Just delete it. So now we have deleted the whole partition. Now click on the second one, the SDA question mark one. Okay. um, so once you just click on it, you need to click on the arrow, add new partition arrow. Okay, as you click on it, um, two partition will be there, SDA and SDA1. You need to click on SDA1. So once you selected SDA1, it will be highlighted and will ask the mount point. So you have the several mount points over here. You should give the root directory, the /1. Okay, and as we have given it in the install grub to bootloader, the very last setting, you need to give it as SDA, not SDA1. You need to give SDA. Though we have selected the SDA1, but we have to give it SDA. You don't need to change anything, it should be exactly the same. Now you need to click on change partition settings, this arrow button. So as you're going to do, the next setting, the next button will be enabled, and as you can see, the file system will be ext4. uh, Mount point is also /, that means the root directory. Everything has been set up. Okay, just now just click on next. Install the live system using the restore point license. uh, Start it. So now it will install your entire operating system on your virtual instance. It will take maybe 2 minutes to 5 minutes, so just wait it. So now as you can see, it's saying system installation has been completed. Just click on OK and just reboot it as soon as possible. See, our logging manager has been invoked, and you can see your name over here. In my case, it's Aditya Kumar. So just click on this Ubuntu icon. Okay, click on uh, open box as of now and give your password. Now here it might stuck. It's just because some issues it might face due to the desktop environment of Linux. If you face same kind of glitch, don't worry, the installation process has been done, so you don't have to reinstall it. Just need to forcefully power off the system. Okay, just click on OK, and it will shut down your system. Now again you have to start it, give it a normal start. So again we are in our login manager. Again click on this Ubuntu icon and click on LXDE this time. This time we will select the LXDE desktop environment. Now type your password. Again just go for the open box. So this is the third time we are into our login manager. Just click on LXDE and type your password. and this time it actually worked. Okay, so for the first two boots, basically it creates an issue. We are trying to fix it as soon as possible, but for the fresh install it actually creates a problem in the very first two boots. It will not happen every time, but it will happen for the first two boots actually. So let's just see the amount of RAM it is consuming right now. Let's give it a command htop, and as you can see it is consuming a really minimal amount of RAM, 213 megabytes out of 3.85 gigabytes. So this was the installation video. So you don't get any kind of unnecessary items over here, like you got it in Ubuntu or anything in any other distro. You need to install all of your necessary application, third-party application, whatever you want, like VS Code, Hadoop package, anything, whatever you want, Jupyter Notebook, Python. You can install it on your own, but it's the bare minimum kind of instance we have created right now. Okay, so thank you for watching. So in the next part we will be seeing that how we can install the VirtualBox guest edition, so that we can copy some amount of text from our host system, that is Windows system, to the Linux environment, or we can copy some text from Linux to Windows environment, or say host environment. Okay, so first of all just click on the terminal and type sudo apt update. To ask for password, just give it the password. Now as the repositories has been updated, now we need to do upgrade part. Sudo apt upgrade. So there was nothing to upgrade, that's why it's saying 0 upgraded. So that's not any problem. Let's clear our window as of now, and now we need to install the guest additions ISO. So just give sudo apt get install VirtualBox guest additions hyphen ISO. Okay, so this should be the command, not this one. Okay, this is the right command. So it will ask to give yes, just type Y and click on enter. So now our guest ISO editions has been installed. Now we need to install the utilities library of VirtualBox. Okay, so the command is sudo apt get install VirtualBox guest, then utils. Okay, so this is now done. Now we need to actually shut down our system. Click on log out, shut down our system. Now what we need to do is just go to the settings, go to the settings. Now inside the storage, we have two things you can see, storage devices. One is the controller SATA and one is the controller IDE. And the SATA we have installed our the whole virtual machine. All the data is inside the ALLWBOS base VDI. Now in the ID, what you need to do, just click on it and remove the attachment. Okay. Now click on this plus icon on the CD, add optical drive. Now what you need to do is you need to add guest additions one. So the path would be C users, whatever the username your computer is having right now, and inside the dot virtual box. Okay. So as you can see, VBox guest addition 6.1 because the 6.1 version of VirtualBox I'm using right now. So if you are a user of VirtualBox, then it might be in your system. If it's not, then I'll provide the link of the same file. Not a problem. So just select this and click on OK. Okay, so as you can see, it is being added. Click on choose, and you can see under our ID we have this VBox guest additions. Just click on OK. Now what you need to do is you need to start the system again. So now again you need to go inside your terminal and give yourself the super user permission by typing sudo su. Give the password. Okay, so now you are super user. Go to your root directory by typing cd space forward slash, and now you are in your root directory. Okay, so now what you need to do is you need to make directory first of all. So mkdir space slash mnt slash cd-rom. This should be the thing. Okay, click on enter. So the cd-rom directory has been uh, made inside the mnt directory. Now we need to actually mount the cd-rom. So the command is mount mount space slash dev slash cd-rom space forward slash mnt forward slash cd-rom cd-rom. So this should be the command. Click on enter, and this kind of warning you'll get, but it's not of a problem right now. Okay, so now just go to cd. I mean, change your directory towards cd-rom in the mnt directory. So cd space forward slash mnt slash cd-rom. Okay, so let's just give it a try. Okay, so this is the virtual box, the whole library you can say we have right now. Now we need to run the virtual box guest addition basically. Type sudo dot forward slash, give it a name, capital V capital B ox linux additions dot run. This should be the command. Let's type enter, type y, and this should install our VirtualBox guest addition, which will facilitate us to copy the textual data from Windows to Linux and Linux to Windows. See, our installation has been perfectly done. Just type reboot. And as you can see, our screen has been resized. Not a problem. That means our um, VirtualBox guest additions has been installed. Most probably just go to the preferences, monitor settings, changes to 1900 and 1200. Click on OK, save. Configuration is saved now. Now we are back to our original state. Now just check it whether our copy pasting the textual data from Windows to uh, Linux has been working or not. So click on uh, optical, and as you can see, our VirtualBox guest editions has been, it's check mark. The drag and drop should be clicked on bidirectional, and shared and copy should also be bidirectional. Okay, so let's click on notepad. Let's just type Adobe Windows Control A, Control C, and let's just try to check whether it's inside, whether it can be copied in our Linux operating system or not. Type gedit, just right click and try to paste, and as you can see, it can be pasted. Now let's just check whether we can copy from Linux to Windows or not. So I'll do Linux, copy it, and try to remove it, backspace, and try to paste it. And as you can see, it's working fine, it's working okay. So now you can transfer any kind of textual data from your Windows to Linux, Linux to Windows. Thank you for watching.